Hi, and welcome to this section on the Community Leaders Survey. The basic idea of conducting a Community Leaders Survey is to find people outside of your congregation who also care about your neighborhood, your region, your town, your city. Creativity in finding the right people to include in this survey is really important. There are people with unique abilities and unique vantage points in our society that can see a community or a neighborhood or a city or a town from a unique perspective. And those sorts of people would include the police, mail carriers. They're often not seen as a key source of information, but mail carriers know all kinds of things about the lives of people in our neighborhoods. School teachers, principals, community health nurses, often politicians, ward councilors, reeves, mayors are also in certain contexts available to speak and can be very important allies. The key with the Community Leaders Survey is to begin to ask those community leaders what they see going on. Because you are taking up valuable time from an important community leader, it's important to do some planning before you go and speak to the person involved. As part of your planning, you want to take a look at some of the questions that we provided in the LifePlan manual. Those are only meant to be a starting point, and there may be specific things that you want to ask this community leader. Now, the key in this conversation is not to insert the agenda of the church, but to hear the agenda of that leader come through. Okay? So we're not going to be asking questions about how the church can be involved. We're not going to be asking questions about how the church fits in. That's our job after we have this information, to do the thinking, praying, and asking the Holy Spirit about. For that moment, you are there to hear about what they envision, what they see, and what they know. It's been an interesting experience among our pastors and leaders that have gone out to the community leaders to actually ask these questions. After all, no survey and no kind of question is actually neutral. And through the process of actually asking questions of community leaders, our churches have actually become involved in a number of ministries that they did not anticipate. And this is simply because by asking questions, you indicate interest. Because you're asking questions, you are setting yourself up to be a potential partner in whatever that person sees or believes in for your community. It's been our experience that when we ask these kinds of questions, our questions are not neutral. Our questions actually indicate interest in what that other person is envisioning, what they want to see happen. And our leaders and our pastors who've engaged in this sort of interview process have actually found themselves invited to tables and given opportunities that they would not normally go looking for, nor would they even know existed. We have had pastors who have been invited to ride along with police in rural areas where families have a difficult time getting to for death notification. Sometimes these families are alone for up to 8, 10, 12 hours, sometimes even days. And pastors have been invited to go along with the police to sit with that family and to care for them. All kinds of ministry opportunities. We've had pastors who have been invited to set agendas for meetings with their MPs. We've had pastors who have found key allies in their community and have found unique opportunities. And so some of those things are what we're looking for when we do these interviews. It's not just an information gathering process. It's a way that we can signal that we are interested in what's happening in our area.